Real Talk.
Hello everyone!
Hello!
Welcome to Real
Real
Talk. Fire, fuego, fuego. Yan. Today, speaking of fuego, one of our best friends, one of our first guests.
One of our first
on
guests.
the original
True friend
version
of
of
a show.
Real Talk. Yeah.
Friend of the pod.
I love that. True friend of the show. Yeah.
Bakit meron ba mga traidor?
Hindi naman. May
Mga
mas...
hindi real friend.
Porkit mukhang narcos kayo dito, naghahanap na ka ng traitor.
Ay, ganda suot ng marker, no?
I suddenly feel out of place. Parang feeling Gen Z ako dito. Fresh Tiffany Green. Yan. Itong dalawa talaga narcos na narcos. Of course, we have with us a very good friend of ours, Dr. Leloy Claudio, joining us. Newly minted.
Pupunta dyan.
Ayan na. Chair of Southeast Asia. From UC Berkeley. Thank you for joining us, bro. Okay na yung jet lag mo from California?
Okay na. Duman akong Japan for 2 days. Ang saya. So, dun ako, I got over jet lag in Japan.
Wow.
Yeah. Eating lots of yakitori, yakiniku. Kumain ako ng pagkarami-raming karne.
Sarap buhay, no? Parang
naayos ang jet lag ko sa Japan.
Parang bato rin pala to. Sarap buhay.
Hindi, mas mura nga dumaan sa Japan ngayon kasi Philippine Airlines, grabe, ang mahal yun na.
Yes,
Grabe.
yes.
What happened,
Delta ba?
man?
Delta ang kinuha mo?
I took United. Tapos
United,
bumaba
yeah.
ako sa Japan. And even at that rate, mas mura pa siya kaysa sa Philippine Airlines.
Mahal ang Philippine Airlines.
Diyos ko, mahal na.
Pero ayoko na magsalita kasi friends na kami ng Philippine Airlines after ako nag-Karen last month.
Hindi ko naman sila inaaway.
Kini-Karen.
Hindi ko lang sila ma-afford.
Mahal lang. Good. Kasi po, just to be clear, galing siyang US pero public yung school niya. sila yung UP, di ba? Yung parang Berkeley, di ba?
Pero may lamang kami sa UP.
Of course.
Kasi yung yung basketball team namin, 1935 pa ata huling nanalo ng NCAA.
Magaling na kami sa UP. Ganun. Magaling na kami. Pumanda kayo dyan sa Ateneo. Alright, of course, we have a very, very high-level guest here today. So speaking of high-level guests, let's talk about high-level issues. Pasok, Mark. Let's go for this.
Yun. So, we decided to start the show. Medyo light lang muna. Doon sa kwento ng, of course, Eat Bulaga, It's Showtime, at yung Eat ngayon sa TV5. Okay, so nung July 1, nag-ere na sabay-sabay itong tatlong noontime shows at grabe yung kanilang nagiging kumbaga labanan sa ratings. Nagsalita din si Yorme Isko. Nagsalita din siya noon na this is good daw for the viewers kasi parang buffet na yung noontime show. Mas maraming options, mas maraming pagpipilian. So syempre, when you're competing for ratings, mas gagalingan nyo. So, in the end, ang magbe-benefit yung mga consumers din. So, very good point si Yorme Isko doon.
Ano yung statement ni Yorme Isko doon sa nag-launch yung TVJ sa TV5 over di ba meron siyang statement?
Yun yung sinabi niya na he is happy na yung Tito Vic and Joey found a new home doon sa TV5. Nire-respeto niya yung TVJ at yung kanilang naging contribution para sa Philippine showbiz, sa noontime at sa Eat Bulaga. And sabi niya, is just continuing yung kanilang sinimulan. And of course, syempre, dun sa tape, merong mga empleyado dun na naiwan, natira, coming from the Tito Vic and Joey era ng tape. So, nandun sila para ipagpatuloy to make sure na may trabaho lahat. Hindi yan, yun naman yung maganda. May trabaho yung sa It's Showtime, sa TVJ, sa Eat Bulaga, sa GMA7. So, everybody happy.
Yeah,
may background ba si Yorme Isko with TVNJ? May relationship siya. Never niya nakatrabaho.
Mag-guest siya sa Eat Bulaga, mga ganun lang. Kasi for 20 years nasa politics siya so bihira siya magbalik nag-focus talaga siya, councilor 9 years, vice mayor 9 years, then mayor 3 years. So bihira siya maglabas sa showbiz. Ngayon na lang siya bumalik sa showbiz uli. At nagulat kami lahat actually. I'm sure maski yung mga tao dito sa Scott Media nagulat. Kasi magaling pala siya as noontime host. Hindi, I mean, I'm not saying this dahil bias, dahil maka-isko ako. Pero even
Pero kabado kayo, di ba? Before siya.
Yes,
Let's be honest.
Because,
Asan yung kaba? Bakit kinakabahan?
Because of the level of bashing.
Bro, daming galit.
Bakit?
Sila Paolo Contis.
Ayaw nila yung nagtra-transition from politics back into showbiz?
No, not
But then Tito Soto can do that easily.
No, it's not about Isko. It's about
everyone who accepts na maging host doon sa Eat Bulaga after
Na
Tito Vic
reboot.
and Joey left.
Parang
I see,
traitor
I see.
kayo, ba't kayo nandun
Parang
sa
ganun.
kabila? Parang gano'n.
Okay,
oo.
okay.
Kasi 'di ba nung bumalik sa ere sila Paolo Contes, si Buboy, tsaka yung si Betong, grabe yung level ng bashing.
I see.
Yorme came in 5 days after nung unang show eh. And may bashing pero hindi na ganun ka.
Medyo nagsettle yung
Medyo
dust.
nagsettle down na.
So makikita natin, inflection point to, hindi natin alam kung sino mananalo because it's effectively a three-way fight, diba? And this reminds us of yung birth ng Eat Bulaga. Ano ba talagang birth ng Eat
Ayan
Bulaga?
na. Dito
Yan,
na yung
ito na,
kasaysayan.
ito na yung kasaysayan.
Kasi-
Salamat po, Professor.
Hindi.
Let's go.
Kasi naman talaga ang birth ng Eat Bulaga, di ba?
Let's
Ang
do this.
original noontime show, yung Student Canteen. Yung Student Canteen, nagsimula yan na sa radio show. And yung based on the name pa lang, Student Canteen, napaka-konyo ng appeal yan or at that time, the word
Oo
was
nga, no?
kolehiyala.
Oo nga,
Because you had the broadcaster na talagang nakasuit, very formal, si Eddie Ilarde na naging senador pa yan.
Oh,
And he was the
right.
kind of broadcaster who would go, "Young lady, what are you gonna sing for us today?" Yun yung ganyang klaseng
Yes.
broadcasting voice.
Frank Sinatra.
Very, very formal, right?
Yeah.
He's kind of like an kung kilala niyo si Ed Sullivan, yung parang Ed Sullivan old school type of broadcasting, right? And that was really your idea of a noontime show. It started in radio, tapos nag-migrate si Eddie Ilarde, and may mass appeal yun because Eddie Ilarde, in fact, was one of the first showbiz figures to be elected to the Senate, right?
Right. The first celebrity
I
politician.
think he might be the first celebrity senator.
Yeah.
You can check on that, but
That's a good point.
definitely one of the first. So in a sense, at that time, siya yung Tito Sen, di ba? Siya yung noontime show na naging senador. Tapos nung pumasok yung TVNJ, of course, the model was extremely different because ang model, I think pumasok sila in 1979. 1979, well, very tense ang society ng martial law yan, and then 1980, 1981, political crisis, di ba? So, a political and economic crisis, and then 83, na-discuss natin ito sa podcast natin, Richard, the beginning of the worst economic crisis in Philippine history. So, what did people want at that time? Political and economic crisis, naghihirap sila, numbing, right? Escapism, di ba? At yun naman talagang sinabi ni TVNJ, if you look at their interviews from that period, gusto nila, pag umuwi yung mga Pilipino or mag-lunch break yung mga Pilipino, pwede nilang patayin yung emosyon nila ng konti or pwede silang mag-escape dahil yung drudgery ng everyday napakahirap talaga. So it was, so in a way, right place, right time din yung Eat Bulaga. Yeah? And then of course TVNJ were becoming a brand on their own. So they were doing comedy, of course. And then although this project is not necessarily just TVNJ but associated sila with the VST project, which is the greatest disco band in the Philippines. So yung various synergies na yon, yung naluluma na yung Student Canteen, may branding TVNJ, kailangan mo ng naming entertainment at the time of political crisis. This explains Eat Bulaga. Ngayon the question is, parang does that model still work? We'll see. Diba? And will people come up with different models now na three-way na yung fight? And I think your point is it's absolutely correct. Makikita natin, competition will settle this and we'll see what the new format of the noontime show will be.
Iba natin yung panahon ngayon pagdating sa noontime shows kasi yung viral, you need mga viral clips, you need yung social media component. So may mga ganong factors.
Yeah, it's a bit kind of a multifaceted, complex game.
Kaya yung best nga dun sa Eat Bulaga sa GMA7, yung best portion nila, yung kay Yorme, yung G sa Gedli, yung lumalabas sila sa tao tapos nagbibigay sila ng tulong sa tao.
Right.
So yun yung mga ganong segments
Mr. Beast.
nag-work eh. In the same way na yung previous na Eat Bulaga, Tito Vic and Joey, yung all for one, one for all, yung sumusugod sila sa mga barangay. Yun din talaga yung mga best performing na portions nila kasi diretso sa tao tapos it produces a lot of viral moments.
Right.
Yung mga talent show segments ngayon, uso pa ba yun?
Yes, malakas
kasi diba, marami pa rin na-discover sa Mr. Pogi, sa Birit Queen, ganyan, yung mga famous segments ng Eat Bulaga.
Sa It's Showtime, 'di ba? Meron pa yung mga singing contest. Mga tawag ng tanghalan. So malakas pa rin yung mga ganung klase ng mga portions sa show.
Sa Tigo hindi mawawala yan kasi yung tradisyon natin bilang Pilipino galing vaudeville yan di ba?
Yeah.
From the 1930s, 1940s, meron talagang variety show na may talent segment talaga or may mga kumakanta, ganyan, sila nagbabago-bago. Talagang part ng Filipino culture. The noontime show is actually not new. The noontime show was it comes from not just radio but also yung vaudeville culture, stage culture. So this is Filipino stage culture that has been transposed onto TV. So this is really part of our national heritage at para sa mga elitista dyan they think this is too important for them. you have to recognize that this has been part of our culture for more than 100 years. And it's very essential to our culture, like it or not.
Speaking of vaudeville, ngayon ko lang din na naisip nga, kaya pala si Yorme Isko, parang sanay na sanay pagpasok niya. Kasi he was trained by Kuya Germs.
Exactly.
Parang siya yung tagapagmana pala.
Yun yung night edition ng Bulaga, right? Walang tulugan.
Walang tulugan. Pero bakit yung Das Entertainment? So doon na training si Isko. Ngayon na lang niya nagagamit sa
pero
showbiz.
Nasa Yorme personality siya, di ba? Naka eyeglasses, parang nakabarong. Nakita ko isang time yung first niya. So parang he's still like Yorme Hindi siya Isko Yorme siya.
Hindi niya binitawan yung brand niya.
So may continuity pala siya.
Kasi yun na nakilala ng tao So
I wanna do more history because Leloy said something interesting about parang inflection point. But before that, di ba nasa Bulaga ka nung isang shinout out ka?
Nanood ako.
Shinout out ka. Walang iya. Pag may naghali dyan, hindi ko kasalanan yan.
I was there last Tuesday. May friend ako sa marketing ng TV5. So nag-submit ako. So pinapasok naman ako and na-shoutout naman ako nila. Nila Sir
Models of Manila.
Tapos he went to me after nung...
Sino? Si Joey or si...
Joey De Leon.
Joey.
Lumapit siya sa akin after nung segment. Tapos nakipagkamay ako. Sabi niya, napapanood ko yung vlogs mo. So syempre natuwa din naman ako.
Wow.
Kasi for the whole month of June, wala akong ibang topic kundi Eat Bulaga, Eat Showtime. Wow. Kaya grabe kasi yung naging issue and drama.
Idol ko talaga. One of my idols is si Joey De Leon. As a songwriter, he's one of my favorite songwriters. I would say, yung pantheon ko ng songwriters, Filipino songwriters, number 1 ko si Eli Buendia, pangalawa ko si Odette Quesada, pangatlo ko si Joey De Leon. So,
wait, I feel so
kasi
ignorant.
yung VST siya talaga yung dami niyang sinulat na mga classics ng VST At saka novelty songs. He's a kind of master of novel. I mean, just yung mula Apari, mula Batanes hanggang Hulo, di ba?
Siya yung gumawa?
Siya yan.
Siya talaga.
Yeah, he's a kind of melodic genius, I think, si Joey De Leon. And we don't recognize how multi-talented Joey De Leon is in particular.
Kasi naman, ang dami ng mga scandalous na pinagsasabi doon. Alam mo yung lollipop na yan dati. Alam mo yung mga
Even when I was watching live, kumakanta yung mga female host, si Joey De Leon was at the back, sumasayaw ng
That's what I'm saying. Siya yung nagsisira ng sarili niya.
Nakakalimutan natin yung mamautak siya na tao.
That's a good point, bro. I didn't know that.
It's comedy from a different time Parang hindi siya acceptable sa panahon ngayon. Pero nung bata tayo.
Kaya nga brother, hindi ako ganun ka-fan ng comedy. I think medyo sexist yung comedy, frankly. Pero fan ako ng songwriting ni Joey. So pwede naman tayo compartmentalize di ba? Ayoko rin ng politics si Tito Soto. Pero he's a great music producer. VST, like he arranged that band, because gusto niyang talunin yung Boyfriends. And he did, I think VST is a more successful band than the Boyfriends.
Kaya umiinit pa. Tapos ang news pa nung isang araw, ang isang possible na bumalik din to get into the mix, si Willie Revillame.
The fourth element.
Ako mahirap yan
Fourth wheel yan.
Parang he wants to get in on the action.
What happened with Willie? Kasi nag-flop yung whole...
Tapos yung Stampede, di ba? A few years
back. Mga issues na yan. Sa Ultra and yung sa All TV.
And then, pinaalis siya sa GMA or like what?
No, he left He left para
ng Villar.
Mag-Villar.
All TV. And then nagpalpak ng big time.
That didn't work.
Bakit sa tingin mo hindi nag-work yung All TV?
Mahirap kasi ng panibagong network talaga. Hindi ganun kadali yun. Kasi una sa mga transmitter, mahina sila. Hindi naman nila nakuha yung sa ABS-CBN na transmitter. Tapos pag sa mga sponsors, hindi nag-ratings yung mga show for whatever reason. Kasi malakas din naman yung nasa kabila, nasa TV5, nasa GMA.
It's not even close, no? Not even close.
So iba pa rin talaga yung nasa loob ka ng isang malakas na station. So yun, meron daw si Willie, possible daw baka sa GMA7 or baka collab daw with Tape.
So what's the timing? Kasi hindi natin pinag-usapan the other big thing, which is Vice Ganda in GMA. Right? Like seeing Vice Ganda in Hot Pink.
Ayan, isa pang talented person yan, di ba?
Exactly. Another
ultra talented person lang talaga si Vice Ganda, di ba? Perfect comedic timing, magaling ang boses, di ba? I don't know.
I would say nga, ito yung sinasabi ko sa vlog ko, na 'di ba si GMA parang hindi masyadong nakialam doon sa buong issue ng Eat Bulaga. Pero maybe iniisip ko na parang ang pinaka main prize sa kanila was to get Vice Ganda doon sa network nila.
Yes, which
Kasi
you were...
kuyo, no? Kuyon for them.
That's
really big.
that was the
Malaki yan.
queen move talaga.
Queen move talaga. Ayun,
yeah.
Vice Ganda pwede na mag-guest sa Bubble Gang, pwede na siya. Kasi
Oo nga, no?
Diba?
Yeah,
Wow,
bro, it's
oo nga,
over.
no?
Yeah.
It's a gift that will keep on giving.
Yes. That's-
Golden Goose yan.
That's the main prize talaga, kaya ganun yung naging moves ng mga Gozo. Di ba sabi nga niya, the network war is over between Channel 2 and Channel 7.
Because nanalo na yung isa.
Because wala na franchise yung
Parang,
Ano ba yan?
War, wala
Huwag mo na sabihin.
Beat
Hindi
the
na dapat
submission.
sinasabi yun, di
I'm
ba?
sorry. I love them both, but...
Tsaka hindi naman ata si Gozon ang pumatay sa ABS-CBN. Medyo
Just saying.
isang tatay ata ang pumatay dun sa kabila.
That's what I'm saying. Tatay Legacy, Vice Ganda in GMA Network. Yun yung tweet ko nun, di ba? Daming nag-respond, di ba? Tatay Legacy, sabi kong ganda. I mean, which is ironic, right? Like one of the
Dami
results...
talagang legacy ni
Yeah.
tatay. Grabe, Brad, no? Grabe.
Cultural impact na rin, eh.
Ang dami talagang binago ni tatay.
So ngayon, ang parang station war na nangyayari ngayon is between
TV5.
and GMA7.
What is the time slot? I'm confused. So Willie is coming in, but in the moment you have three, right? The OG ng Eat Bulaga, which is in TV5, where I'm my new family now, and then GMA Network na si Vice Ganda.
No, GTV.
GTV.
Which is the secondary
so
channel.
magkasabay
Okay, ano yung show sa GTV? Anong
It's
pamagat
Showtime.
nun? It's Showtime.
Yun yung,
oh.
exactly magkasabay sila ng show ni Yorme.
and libre
Eat Bulaga.
pareho. Both are free TV.
Yes.
Huh.
Si Yorme, Eat Bulaga on
GMA Network.
GTV is
It's
Showtime.
Showtime.
Na co-produced ng
ABS-CBN.
Black Time din. Black Time din ng ABS-CBN doon sa GTV ng GMA.
So yung kita nila.
So it's really the old show talaga ng ABS.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kasi yung It's Showtime, it's still available sa A2Z, Kapamilya Channel. Nag-Black Time sila sa GTV because it has the second
So sinong
widest
personalities
reach.
ng GTV ng It's Showtime ngayon?
Same pa rin, walang nagbago. Vice Ganda, Kim Chu, Vong Navarro, Ann Curtis,
Nakita ko si
everyone.
Richard Aldens doon sa picture ng mga kaibigan ko sa ABS-CBN. Sino yung parang andun siya sa picture na magsama-sama silang lahat. But si Richard, saan ba si Richard?
Baka lumabas lang sila, baka sa gabi lang yun, baka nag-night out lang. Pero here's the thing nung unang araw ng It's Showtime sa GTV, ang special guest nila, mga kapuso, top stars. Sila Barbie Fortesa, sila Sanya Lopez, some of the biggest names sa GMA, nag-guest doon sa
So ito
It's
na
Showtime.
talaga. Ito
Yun
na
na talaga.
talaga ang
Yung dating
crossover,
bawal sila sa It's Showtime. Nag-appear sila. So nagsigaw-sigaw sila. What's up, madlang people? Nakaganon sila.
Right.
Hayo pa.
Oo. So yun yung parang
Saan nagtitape yung It's Showtime? Doon pa rin. Kung saan sila dati.
doon pa rin sa ABS-CBN pa rin. Same pa rin. So Black Time talaga. So yung GMA before, isa lang yung Black Time nila. Ngayon, dalawa na yung Black Timer nila for noon time na magkatapat.
Yun nga, ang gulo eh. And then saan papasok si Willie? TV5?
I believe Willie won't be hindi makakabalik sa TV5. Ang option niya is
because
I don't know.
Kasi nandun yung TV.
Parang
Kasi hindi ba kasi nandun na si TVJ? Ano ba?
Hindi, may
sa
away
Madalito
sila
siguro.
behind the scenes.
Oo, pero-
Hindi kasi nasabi sa amin, no?
Loko
pero
talaga to.
ito yung chismis. Ito yung lumabas na chismis
Oh, yan. Marites lang to, ha?
Marites lang to, ha? By Christy Fermin tsaka si OG Diaz sa kanila galing.
Naglaglag talaga. This is on you, Mama OG.
Nasa vlogs nila. Nag-meeting daw last week yung mga halos host tsaka si Willie. Siya dapat yung surprise guest. Guest ng July 1 ng Eat Bulaga ng GMA7.
And then the thing
Para
fell apart.
makasabay. Kasi si Vice Ganda, It's Showtime, Kapuso.
Right.
Tapos balik yung Tito Vic and Joey.
Ang
Kasi
gulo.
yun ang di natuloy. Pero nag-uusap sila. Ang isang chismis din na parang he wants na kumain doon sa slot ng tape Eat Bulaga.
Yeah.
1.5 hours sa inyo, 1 hour sa akin.
Yeah.
Noon time pa rin ako. So yun yung isang
Ano nga palang theme song ng Tape Eat Bulaga ngayon? Yun pa rin.
no. Kasi
Nagbago na.
yung
song talaga, copyright ni Joey De Leon. Ganun ba?
na
Or
nila Vic Soto.
Oo.
So nakala Vic Soto yung ownership nung sa song.
Hindi lang nila pwedeng sabihin Eat Bulaga sa uli. Nakakatawa nga panoorin. Gumagano'n sila
EAT. Ganon. Sa akin, ako, sinasabi ko naman sa vlog ko, sana magkaayos sila. Sana payagan ng tape yung Tito Vic and Joey to use Eat Bulaga.
Right.
Tingin ko kasi dyan parang conjugal property eh. That's the term that I use.
Naman.
Kasi diba, kung yung each one naman, pareho naman silang nagpatakbo niyan eh. Yung tape yung nag-finance, Tito Vic and Joey, of course, yung mukha ng show and yung main host ng show. So, sana maayos nila. And mas maraming
kaya ba yun? Mangyayari ba yun?
Hindi siguro.
Pangarap mo lang.
Ang challenge kasi doon sa show nila Yorme ngayon, merong mga ilang guests na ayaw because of the name. Kasi ayaw
nasasaktan sila.
Hindi, kasi they fear na baka magalit yung mga Tito
ma-cancel sila.
Ganon. So one option din is to maybe tweak the name a little bit. Pwede din yun. So may mga ganong...
Actually, marami naman ibang pangalan eh. Bigyan na lang sa TVJ kasi pangit din ang pangalan na EAT eh. Hindi ko rin naiintindihan. Parang, ewan ko, anong sabihin EAT?
Parang medyo
ito ang
awkward
totoo.
din.
Ito ang totoo.
Medyo awkward din.
Awkward, it's an awkward name.
Sabihin, yung EAT. So sana magkaayos. Yun naman ang wish natin. Ako, the whole thing dito, masaya ako na na nakita ko si Yorme pala kaya palang mag-host bilang
naman.
Sa noontime. Sana nga makita ng GMA7. Baka
sa tingin ko si Yorme, yung peg nga niya baka closer nga dun sa original broadcaster type showbiz announcer na Eddie Ilarde.
Pwede, no?
Yung
kasi
parang
siya sa ganun,
kasi
no?
si Eddie Ilarde, actually mapapanood nyo pa yung mga video ni Eddie Ilarde from Student Canteen. Maginoo ang vibe niya eh. Suave. Tsaka siyempre, nagpolitiko rin. Yeah. So, back and forth from noontime show to politics.
Pwedeng ganun yung...
baka ganun yung peg niya. Tsaka si Eddie Ilarde was a real statesman.
Right. Can I have a last question because we're about to wrap up this episode. We have so much to talk about, of course, but this is gonna be the EAT/Eat Bulaga/ Vice kind of whatever episode. No, I mean, Leloy, balikan natin yung sinabi mo kanina na you were saying it was an inflection point in Philippine mainstream media. Kasi I did a survey that day when the Showtime crossover with GMA happened. And all. Me being, diba? Me being agent provocateur, diba? So maraming positives. So tinanong ko, great moments, survival lang to, unity, sarcastic, and then unsure. So vast majority said great moment. But there were comments like, for instance, it's all business. At best, it entertains people, lulls them to a false sense that everyone is okay. Meanwhile, we are trillions in debt, and the usual criticism, right? That these shows are just, maraming naman woke, di ba? Sa Twitter. So marami rin na mga...
Debt na naman iniisip nila.
Yun lang.
Naman tayo bound sa utang
So, okay, can we just remove the utang part? Let's just say, ang Pilipinas, besieged democracy, poverty, problems, etc. And the problem with these shows is that supposedly, they just lull us into sense of complacency and passivity. That these are not the shows that are gonna make us more active citizens. Whatever, that kind of argument. But I was thinking, meron din naman sa Japan mga ganun, di ba? Meron din sa US, meron din sa Europe, hindi naman sa Pilipinas. So, parang unfair naman na yan ang ibe-blame for everything. But do you think that when Bulaga came into picture back in the 70s, and this is Marcos era, there was a political investment in making people are not politically active.
Yeah.
So do you think that was like something that proliferated, created a whole new
I mean, diba
genre?
yan din naman yung critique of Manila Sound also, diba, yung music where TVNJ also, made the name for themselves through VST, diba, that it was all about disco, yung mga tema nun, diba, tayo yung magsayawan, sumayaw, sumunod. Yun naman ang Manila Sound, diba? Yeah. So completely apolitical yun, and meron ding numbing effect yun. In fact, sa kind of, sumayaw ka na lang kaysa sa mag-isip about
or
politics,
diba? Or mamatay ka sa NPA or
sumayaw ka na lang. In fact, kung gusto mo ng medyo deep reading, yung sumayaw, sumunod, diba?
Yeah.
May authoritarian inflection pa yun eh.
Yung sumunod, no?
Sumayaw,
parang shut up ka na lang and enjoy. You're right. Actually, that's a good analysis.
Pero sa tingin ko parang pag binabalikan naman natin, ang ganda pa rin, di ba? I mean, I don't know about you.
From an
aesthetic standpoint, and ako fan pa rin ako ng VST ngayon. So, hindi naman, I think culture having a numbing quality doesn't prevent it from being great culture, di ba? Ewan ko, fan ba kayo ng VST? Fan ba kayo? Kasi ako parang kahit ano pang gawing even if Tito Soto that's the most disagreeable thing in the Senate, I can separate that from yung beauty ng ginawa niya as a disco pioneer in the Philippines. And one of the great disco pioneers of the world, I think, si Tito Soto.
Interesting. This is what I like when I talk to Leloy kasi it gives the kind of the historical background, etc. Ako kasi I always look at the politics. May pagka-woke naman ako ng konti. I mean, we're not gonna talk about some
Pa ikaw, hindi mo sinugot, fan ka ba ng BSD? Hindi gano?
Hindi. I mean, honestly, it took a long time for me to appreciate a lot of things that you guys are talking about. Parang, I realized how, I'm not a culture guy. I was a guy na bata pa lang, I'm talking about Cold War and Kissinger, right? Sige. Bago ko nakilala si Mickey Mouse.
Sinong OPM artist do you like? Kasi
Don't put me on the spot.
hindi din
Oh, kanina hindi ko makagat, di ba? Eraserheads,
God.
grabe.
EST hindi. Eraserheads
Oh my
hindi.
God.
Hindi ko magat.
No, OPM. Marami akong gusto.
Sino nga?
Ito na yan.
On the spot.
Sa sobrang... Oh my God. I was not... Kape muna ako. I feel bad, guys. Don't worry. Magpa-briefing ako sa inyo. Crash course ako, ha?
Sa OPM, sige.
No, but ending on this point, the thing kasi with the OPM is, I mean... What happened to OPM? We used to be super big just 10, 20, 30 years ago, etc. What happened?
Mahirap na rin eh.
And pero ako, I can
Internet?
talk about that now. Something good is happening
Revival.
right now. No. One group. SB19.
Ito ba yung
K-pop
parang
yun eh.
P-pop
K-pop
ba?
yun eh.
Parang
Filipino
pop?
Puro it's
Sa Korea sila
P-pop.
nag-train, di ba?
Sa Korea sila
Nakasabayan
nag-train.
ko sila. Nagsayaw-sayaw kami
That's
sa
how you
GMA
grow.
dati.
That's how you
Sumayo ka rin?
Nakisayaw ako sa kanila sa GMA dati.
That's how you develop your own. 'Di ba? You learn the secrets of the trade dun sa kung successful na. Tapos you turn it to something
You
Filipino.
adapt it.
Okay.
You adapt it to something Filipino.
Yeah, because K-pop also got it from J-pop.
Yun.
And Hollywood, they combined Backstreet Boys and Japanese
this is the
version.
right, and I think
I like that point. Yeah.
yung SB19 na nasa Billboard.
Yeah, chart. Nag-top sila ng chart.
Yung
Yeah.
ganito, yung song.
Yeah, last year,
yun pa.
nag-top sila ng
It's
chart.
trending sa TikTok, kahit
Okay,
sa
no.
US and
Gente,
sa ano. So,
my people, I'm proud.
hopefully, we just need someone to open the doors for
Correct.
us.
Pioneers.
And there, ngayon, P-pop is the pinakauso. Every organization, entertainment has their own P-pop group. They're all
May suporta ba ng gobyerno?
wala. That's what we need right
Because
now.
K-pop is government supported.
Yes.
K-pop is part of the
Yeah.
industrial policy in a way
Yan
ng
yung
Korea.
dapat
So we had
tinututukan nung ating creative
we had a
ko.
whole episode with Jet Tolentino, right? Tony Award winning. And he talked about the case of Korea where the granddaughter of the family, Samsung family, invested in this 1990s
Really
pa lang.
Gusto ko lang idagdag, ito dapat ang tinututukan ng OPAC, yung office ng yung creative consultant.
Ito actually.
DBP Philippines.
Ito. Gayong Marcos lang naman yung nasa gobyerno, di ba? Ang project ni Imelda Marcos dati, yung Metro Pop Festival, na talagang big time, you pour money there, and then kahit sino pwede magsabit, and then
Yeah.
na-discover yung great songwriters of the era.
Yeah.
Si Odette Quesada, for example, who's, as I said, my second favorite songwriter of all time, nagpadala lang yan ng kanta sa Metro. High school student siya.
Wow.
Padala, walang may kilala sa kanya, padala lang yan ng mga kanta sa Metro Pop, nanalo siya.
Right.
And then, next thing you know, don't know what to do, don't know what to say na with Rick Segreto, di ba? Give me a chance na with Rick Segreto, high up, di ba? And it's just some kid sending songs into Metropop, di ba? Parang okay, Mr. Marcos. Hindi na.
So
Kasi
Lisa
pinapakinggan-
Araneta
kasi
maybe
pinapakinggan-
could play that role, right?
Oo, di ba?
Yeah.
Kasi in
Patron of
in a
arts.
way, part of
Yeah.
industrial policy yun at that time, di ba?
Yeah.
Hindi lang naman si Odette, ang daming lumabas sa Metropop, kay ganda ng ating musika, Haji Alejandro, di ba? Say what you will about him. I mean, not a particular
Now
fan
is
of Imelda Marcos, but that was a good project.
Yeah.
Now is the best time for the government to invest sa mga musicians natin, sa mga talented writers and kasi yun nga, you have all the platforms na, you have TikTok, we can easily parang iba to yung music natin to other countries.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of which, I mean, I think we have to extend this episode a bit. I mean, the Love the Philippines campaign or Love Philippines Without Comma campaign. I mean, some were suggesting bakit hindi nagkaroon nila ng open competition, best
Oh,
video.
yeah,
Kasi
that's
online, ang dami
interesting.
mga
Yeah.
vloggers na nasi-share ko. Ang ganda ng videos
That's
for
interesting.
free.
And they
For free.
love the Philippines.
They love the
They love
Philippines,
the
right? With
Philippines,
comma,
yeah.
without comma, whatever. Sapat ka ba nagbayad ng... Kasi yung isa pang nakita kong kontrata daw, 200 million eh. Si Sasot yung nagbooking ng 49 million daw. Pero yung buong budget pala na allocated for rebranding is 200 plus. So apparently this was just the opening act. Act 1 lang pala supposedly yan. Sumablay na agad, diba? I mean, what do you feel about it? I mean, you're a Philippine expert but based abroad.
Oo nga eh.
So how do you feel about this whole branding, campaigning, brouhaha?
Teka lang muna, unang-una yung mga ultra-opposition dyan, hindi guguho ang gobyerno dahil dito. In the same way na hindi guguho ang gobyerno dahil sa Maharlika Fund, even if we disagree with these two things. So,
Right.
let's first and foremost, let's not make a mountain out of this molehill. It's not the worst thing ever. What it is nakakahiya. Nakakahiya, di ba? Pero, di ba? Pero, pwede siyang ayusin eh. Pwede siyang ayusin kasi hindi pa naman tapos ang lahat. Meron pang way yung tourism department to redeem itself. And I think, as somebody who is invested in Philippine tourism, we should wish them the best.
Yeah.
Sana maayos nila to.
Ako was saying sana the Secretary Frasco can overcome this fiasco, right? By inviting people, people who have one thing or thing to say and make it inclusive process. Like, si Howie Severin had this very interesting analysis about how a coma could change the whole thing.
Nga eh.
Bring him
Beautiful.
over, talk to the guy. Libre lang, free. We would do it for the country for free, right? Walang bayad. No need to pay us.
Do our government officials, meron ba tayong mga government officials who underestimate how much Filipinos are willing to help them? May ganun bang sense?
I think it's because polarized yung politics. And maraming nag-support kay Lenny na creative people. So I think medyo may besiege mentality. And the whole bashing of Fresco over this fiasco didn't help, right? I think this is the time for us to reach out to each other and say, hey, at the end of the day, all of us are invested in the Philippines doing better. Right? Diba?
I heard si Dick Gordon in interview ni Christian Esquerra. He said, this is a big deal. There's a big deal. I don't think it's a big deal. I think it's annoying. I think it's messed up. Pero pwede pa siyang ayusin eh. And at this point, parang ayusin na lang natin.
It's not life and death.
Yeah, it's not life and death. Yeah, it's not life and death.
And especially kung hindi talaga binayad nung 49 million pesos or whatever, then yun pala. Yun lang. I feel bad suddenly for the DBP Philippines.
Kung may corruption, ibang issue na to.
Ibang corruption. And we're just talking about the branding issue now. And for what it's worth, we can spin this into our advantage. Philippines, scandalous, exciting country, unconditional love, right? All right. On that note, thank you very much. You could hear the alarm clock behind the medyo pinaparinggan na kami. So we're gonna end this episode on that note, but we have so much more to talk about. So please stick around for our other episode. Maraming salamat. Again, Richard Hidarian and Mark Gamboa. We're joined by our very special cultural expert, critique friend, Professor Leloy Claudio.
Salamat.
Salamat, Leloy.
See you episode 2.
Real Talk